A dwarven outpost. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek is finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Ethad now. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before the winter entombs you. But it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the wolves get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Noramimush. Relieved Ike. Strike the earth.
I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole.
Future.
And yet, strike the earth we shall. Greetings, and welcome to Dwarf Fortress. I have been watching people make stories of this game for so long, but for the longest time, I just couldn't get into it. It was very complex. It was hard to figure out how to make some things, or, acquire some things. My court doors kept going saying they didn't have what they need. I kept not being able to figure out how to do some things that the fort needed. And I kept giving up. I put this game up and down so many times over the course of a lot of years, honestly. And yet, ever since the Steam version comes out, I've been having a blast playing this game. I had a fort go up to over 150 settlers in only like a couple of years. Like the migrant waves were extra thick. It was kind of crazy. But then I tried to go to war with goblins and ended up assaulting a city full of 4,000 goblins and introduced FPS death to that fort. So I had to abandon that. And my current fortress has been going strong 6 years now. And the trick to that has basically been, like, we started to go to war with the humans, because their adventurers kept attacking our dwarves in our tavern, and I tried attacking them. It didn't go very well, so I was like, I'm just gonna let them come to me. And then they came to me, and then they parlayed for peace and stuck around for a while and ended up attacking us again. And we haven't really heard from them since, although their adventurers do still show up and cause trouble every now and then. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about my forts. I want to start a new one and show this game off, because the Steam version has made this, despite me still not knowing how to get some things, infinitely more playable than it was. And yeah, I'm honestly considering making a series of this, although it's going to be shown on wildcard days. I don't want to give it its own day, especially with the changes coming a week and a half from now. So yeah, let's get into this. So, let's see here. First things first, let me zoom up a sea level, because actually, we shouldn't worry about collecting all of the, I'm going the wrong way. We shouldn't worry about collecting all the plants and trees around us just yet. Let's actually look for, honestly, when it comes to Dwarf Fortress, I usually like to dig into a hill and make our base from that, because it's easier to defend. But my last fort, I did that, and yeah, I ended up kind of not having a lot of space in the south and eastern areas from our primary stairwell to put things. So I kind of actually wanted, I honestly kind of think the best course of action here is going to be, let's see here. Get some stairs going. I think it's going to be, yeah, I think like right here. And then, we'll dig down to elevation 40 for now. I don't want to give my dwarves too much to do at once and end up waiting for them to get it done. Alright, okay, so this elevation's got some sand. I can get some farms going here, I think. And just beneath that is some siltstone, so that's good for building workshops and bedrooms and stuff. That's good to see. I'm kind of getting in my head as myself. I want to see if my dwarves are gonna find any metal or anything. Tetrahedrite, that's something. I'm not sure what kind of metal that is, but I know it can be smelted into metal bars. So, hey. So, all right. I'm gonna pause the game again, and I think I'm going to harvest the plants and trees and immediately surrounding our little entrance here. Not go too far up with it, but you know, because we're going to need wood. All right, there's some things you can only make with wood. Beds, bins to give you the ability to store more things in storerooms. Barrels to store drinks in, because doors love consuming alcohol. And there's a couple other things. Most things we can make out of rock, which is we're going to get plenty of when we go down into the rock levels. Speaking of going down, I should go ahead and get started on getting a farm going, because yeah, if I want that's how we're going to keep our dwarves fed until we start regularly getting caravans showing up. Okay, so see if I can get my miner in here to start caving an area out. Alright, I'm gonna dig some rooms for doors here, and then I think I want to do I think like this. Oh yeah, okay, maybe not. Maybe actually, instead of doing this, I should do this and this and put my farm in here. I want to make plenty of room because I ultimately want to put more than one farm plot in here. And then I think here we can put some no, not like that. We can put some like farmland, some craft areas, some craft stations. Let's see here. And then put like 6 here. Yeah. Because not only do I want a farming station here for harvesting animals and dealing with seeds and stuff, I also want a butcher's place, because migrant waves are going to bring animals, and when our dwarves go in strange moods, they're going to want leather. At least that's one of the things they can want. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, that is straight up just a pond. So, let me see here. I'm gonna dig like this, and okay, we're not paused. Good. I'm gonna dig out like this. Should be enough space. This is gonna be a pasture where our animals go to sleep and stuff. How's our miner doing? Okay, things are coming along quite nicely. Yeah, when you first start off, your dwarves are not gonna be very good at doing things. They're gonna have some skill, but they're not gonna be like the best of the best at what they do. And honestly, we're probably starting off with like copper tools, which is like one of the weaker metals for making things into. So, yeah, things are going to go slow. So it's kind of important not to go too big into what you're doing until you start getting your first couple migrant waves. Actually, hold on. Is there a way for me to tell right away if we have? I know we need to assign a bookkeeper to take stock of everything we have, but I want to see if I can just check to see if we have more than one pickaxe right now. It should be in tools. No, that's not it at all, actually. Maybe in weapons? Yeah, okay, we have 3 pickaxes. So we can actually assign 2 other miners, and that'll kind of help things move along. Okay, so we have a mason here. They're good with dealing with stone, so they can I think our metal crafter can help with them with the digging as well. I'm going to have to take them off those jobs if I want them to focus on making things, but we don't have the craft stations for that right now, so we just need to get this mining job done. I want plenty of room because I want a bunch of farm plots going up for all the different things we can plant. We're going to want plump helmets, dimple cups, and cave wheat for food. We're going to want pigtails to make into cloth, because you need cloth. You can use unwoven thread to use as sutures for your hospital. You're going to need to replace your doors' clothes because they will get tattered. And there's other things you can do, of course you want plenty of cloth over for when you're dwarves start getting strange moods. Excuse me. And yeah, if you're curious about what half the stuff I'm talking about means, you're going to see it before too long. Okay. So what's... Okay, I set 2 other dwarves to mining. Okay, they're digging this hair out. That's cool. They've got the craft... They got the immediate craft stationary working out. It's good. Alright, we have elves and humans nearby, so we might start getting caravans from them to trade. Maybe not. They might wait a year first. I don't know. But we should maybe think about getting a... Where is it? Yeah, here it is. A trade depot ready. What? Hang on. Let me try that again. Let me try this again. Trade depot. Use closest material. There we go. Now they'll just use whatever wood is nearby, and I don't have to handpick every piece of wood they want to use to make this depot. Okay, let's go back down. Alright. So let me make some workstations here. We want a farmer workstation here. And we want a butcher here as well. There we go. Alright, well, they're doing that. Let me go ahead and start placing down some farm plots. Workstation, farming, farm plot. Okay, I think I'll do this. Farm plot, and I'll set it to keep building after placement. Do this. Do this, and do this. There we go. Alright, and now some dwarves are going to sit here and try to actually till this sand so we can use it for growing crops. You might think it's weird that I'm growing mushrooms out of sand, but any material that isn't stone can bear plants. Sandy loam, clay loam, sand, clay, dirt, all of it. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's just how it is in Dwarf Fortress. Also, you can make stone grow plants out of it. You just need to irrigate it with water to turn it into mud, which can be dangerous depending on how you do it. That's why I tend to not want to play with aquifers around, but I do want a brook or river around. And that's because not only can you sustain your doors with mushrooms, if I go to the labor window here, but we can also sustain our dwarves with fish. And I feel like we need more than one person fishing, so let's have our expedition leader help out with that. We probably don't need to. We'll have more than one person working right now, because it's going to be a while before we start seriously using our wood. All right. Okay, so that's everything basically taken care of. Let me go down a couple levels, and we can start planning out things like our crafting stations, and other things. Okay, so I think I'm going to start a hallway down this way. I want to make sure the entrances to these places are no longer than 2 tiles so that I can put doors in them. And I'm actually going to make this hallway a bit wider. Alright, so let me start planning out 3x3 areas to put our crafting stations in. You don't have to enclose them, but I find that if any of your dwarfs end up going insane due to not being able to fulfill their strange moods, it's easier to be able to just lock them in there so they don't cause any trouble for your other dwarves. That might sound a bit cruel, but, I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. If you don't have what they need, then it is what it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and open these up so they can be gotten into. And while they're digging that, I want to start working on a little dining area. I don't think I want to put a tavern in here because the last 2 of my fortresses had taverns in them and things got a little crazy. So I think I want to just settle for a nice dining room for all my dwarfs to go and eat and drink. I'll dig this out later. Right now, I'm kind of digging small for a small group of dwarves, and then see here. I'm gonna put a hallway here, so we can put some things up here. All right, and I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to give my mining dwarves too much work while there's so few of them. So we need to pass some time. Let's see here. All right. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go up here, and I'm going to set a couple of stockpiles. Because we want to make sure things that can create miasma, or in other words, bad-smelling gas, away from our fortress. So, let's see here. Dig out a nice area that's not too big. Right here, I think, except we're going to put corpses here. Yeah, that's going to be our corpse pile. And then, let's see here. I think a little ways down, like right here. Refuse pile I want to keep a little bit closer just because it can contain bones, which some of our strange mood dwarves are going to want to use. Oh, I don't want to... I want to create a new one. There we go. I sometimes forget the keybinds. It's crazy. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't want this thing to be too close to where my dwarves are going to go into their fortress. So this should be good. Except that, and we're going to make this a refuse. Things are starting to get dug out. So this hallway's dug out. We're still digging out the crafting area, and the dining hall is starting to get dug into. Let's see here. So let's go into workstations. Let's grab stoneworker, and I want to place 2 of these because there's a lot of stuff we're going to need made out of stone in the future. Doors, cabinets, tables, chairs, all that kind of stuff. So I want to make sure I have more than one stoneworking station making that stuff. Okay, so next to that, I want a craft station here, and I want a jeweler right next to that, because these two workstations are how we're going to get our money. I'm immediately going to set this workstation to making rock crafts of various types. So this station is going to work on making rings, jewels, amulets, earrings, crowns, scepters, figurines, things that can't be used for like construction or warfare, that look nice that we can sell, because like it said earlier, the caravans from our civilization are going to be coming in autumn, and we want to have a lot of stuff to sell because they're going to bring a bunch of stuff that we can buy from them. Now, rock crafts are generally fairly cheap, and if we can mine up some gemstones, we can cut them to make them look better, and then encrust them into our finished goods to make them more valuable. Eventually, I want to switch to making metal crafts, because especially if you metal crafts of things like silver, gold, platinums, that stuff will be valuable. But that's not really an option right now, so I forgot to tell this thing to do that repeatedly. That's on me. So I hit this button so that they know to continue to do this after they've done it once. All right, and this station's useless right now, but once we start hitting jewels, it'll start being useful. All right, so below that, see here, let's get a combination metalsmith, smelter, wood furnace. So this is how it's going to go. The wood furnace is going to burn wood and turn it into charcoal. The charcoal will then fuel the smelter and allow us to cook our metal ores into metal bars. And then the metalsmith will take those metal bars, we'll make them into iron, we'll make them into weapons, we'll make them into armor, we'll make them into coins. The economic metals will be made into coins. We'll make the economic coins into crafts. It's a very important thing to have. And if we had a source of magma, then that would make the process a lot faster, but I don't know how to handle magma without burning dwarves, so I'm kind of glad we don't have access to magma yet. Yeah, fair warning, I am not 100% super familiar with Dwarf Fortress, so there's going to be some things I don't know how to do. So, yeah. Hopefully there are some things I'm going to be learning while I do this. Some things I've already figured out that I didn't know before for my previous 2 fortresses. Like military, I used to be completely confused by how military works. I kind of have it down now. Okay, so we have 3 more spots left. What do we want? Let's see here. We don't need anything with clothing and leather yet, but we will in the future. We're going to want an ashery so we can turn, because not only can we turn wood into charcoal, we can also turn into ash, which we can turn into potash, which will be nice fertilizer for our crops to help them grow faster. The ashery apparently needs rock blocks to be made. I don't know what the deal is with that. Okay, well, you know what? It can wait then. See what else we have here. I don't know how to make tallow, so we don't need to worry about a show makers. We do need a carpenter, actually. And I wish I thought of this ahead of time, but yeah, we do need a carpenter because they're the ones going to need to make all our wood stuff, bins, beds, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and make that out of siltstone. And you know what? I think these other 2 spots can just go empty for now. I'm not going to worry about that too much. We do need... See here, something built over here. And that's because we need crafting stations to make food. And I'm not going to put that over here. I'm going to put this next to the dining hall so that, the food gets cooked and then immediately it goes to the dining hall for doors to eat. And once that's done and I've placed some food-related crafting stations down, I'm going to dig an area out over here. And that's going to be our food storage so that, it's right next to the kitchens. Makes sense. And yeah, I need to put down a whole bunch of other stockpiles, but I'm not too worried about that right this instant. Let's go ahead and tell our stoneworking workshops to make tables on repeat for now. They're called thrones if they're made out of rock. I need to remember that. And thrones on repeat for now. And while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go farming still. Because again, dwarves love alcohol a lot. Make that a siltstone. Let's see here. Go farming. There we go. We want a kitchen. I'm just going to make this out of the closest material, honestly. Because there's plenty of siltstone around. Okay, and then I want to say we're going to need a fishery because we're going to have a lot of dwarves ideally catching fish. But, I mean, the kitchens will be there for that, so... Yeah, I don't think we really need anything else right now. Maybe we'll need a second still later on. Maybe not. The dwarves may not consume as much. There might not be as much alcohol being consumed since we won't be making a tavern to attract non-dwarves here. Kind of don't want that drama right now. Alright, so let's do this and start digging out a food storage area. And you know what? Since we're on this topic of storage, why don't we take our carpenter shop and just start making a bunch of wooden bins on repeat. There we go. Okay, well, while they're digging that out, let me see how many tables we have to work with. And I'm going to start by... Yeah, I'm going to start putting... I forgot to press up a certain thing. Let me go table. Keep building after placement. I wish I'd known about this sooner, because I went through 2 fortresses and over 100 bedrooms each before I found out about this. This makes building bedrooms and rooms of any kind in bulk a lot easier. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's honestly all we need right now, but we might as well go ahead and build in preparation for other dwarves getting here, because our earliest mine... Because it's already early summer, and we're definitely going to be getting a migrant wave after the caravan comes, because the first 2 autumns you're guaranteed a migrant wave. After that, it's based on how much money your fort is making, which is tied to crafts, because you don't necessarily deal with coins unless you've made them, which is weird, but that's whatever. All right, so I'll let some time pass and let some more tables get made. In the meantime, let's go ahead and place a food stockpile here. Start placing some more tables down. No? Okay, well, in that case, let's start placing some chairs down. There's not gonna be a whole lot of moving room in here because this is gonna be just a giant cafeteria. It's not gonna be an actual, like, okay, yeah. It's not gonna be an actual, like, tavern or anything. It's just gonna be a huge cafeteria for our dwarves to eat and drink in. And actually, I can go ahead and make it that. By zones, dining hall, just like this. I usually don't bother claiming the walls around that are surrounding the room I'm trying to claim. A lot of people like say you should do that. I don't really know why, so I'm not going to. There we go. Accept. See here, an animal has grown up. Somebody became a stoneworker. We hit a bunch of gems and oh wait, no, jet's not a gem. I don't know. We've hit some hematite. That's good. That's iron. That's real good. We've also hit some bituminous coal. Coal is good because you can use it in lieu of charcoal to fuel your smelter. Okay, let's see here. Level time is fast. How are we doing for tables? Okay, I think we need one more table, and then we can move on to something else. So there we go. Okay, well, let me go ahead and give our miners a job to do. Is that last table done yet? Yes, it is. So now I can tell our stoneworking workshops to instead focus on cabinets and doors. Set those to repeat so they'll keep making them. Because we're going to need that stuff for, okay, we already have a microwave. It's in the middle of summer. What?
Hey, yo, what the?
Okay, we have enough for everybody. Going to want more later, but we shouldn't hit another microwave until autumn. I'm surprised we got a microwave before autumn. But I mean, we are making things. We haven't traded with the mountain homes yet, so it's not like rumors can spread outside of the fortress that we have money. Whatever. That's just weird, I guess. Dwarves, we just had more than doubled our population. We really need these bedrooms dug out, if you all don't mind. I know we just got a new dining room and place to hang out and all that, but this kind of needs doing. Let me look at the labor menu, actually. Okay, I really need to straight up say don't show again. Honestly. Okay, let me see. We have a peasant. How'd you like to pick up the mining trade? I have a soap maker too. I really don't know how to make tallow or obtain it, so yeah, we have 2 doctors. We really don't need 2 doctors. But what we do need is more miners, though. This first doctor, though, let me see here. I'm not ready to make a hospital yet, but we can go ahead and assign this. Okay, I don't know the difference between adept and talented, so I'm just gonna go with the one on the top of the list. That's usually a good way to do it. Okay, so let's see here. Manager handles work orders, which lets you handle order items in bulk without just crafting them on repeat. So our expedition leader can do that. All right, our bookkeeper helps us organize our various stockpiles and takes count of what we actually have. And our planter is actually really good at that. But he's the only one we have. So I think I'm going to hold off on that. We really don't need a bookkeeper right away. A broker would be good to have early, though, because we need to, weaponsmith. Well, we have a metal crafter, so yeah, I think Tekhood here can go ahead and take that role, because we really are going to need a broker once mid-autumn hits. And yeah, I know manager and expedition leader both need offices. I will get to that. That's going to have to wait until next episode. Sorry to leave this thing on a cliffhanger, but yeah, seeing that Necromancer title there at that point in the video, just like, how did I not see it? It was right there in front of my eyes. But, you know, I'm like that about a lot of things. That's just how I am. Also, I really need to get out of the habit of explaining things that are really easy to comprehend, especially when I'm wanting my channel's focus to be more on entertainment instead of education. I don't know why I'm like this, but I feel like I need to talk about the game, and that's an easy way to do it. I don't know. Something I just need to work on though. But yeah, sorry I'm kind of leaving it here. I made a lot of footage because I knew I'd have to cut some of it out just because of doing things. But we're already 30 minutes in, and we barely got started. Yeah, maybe I just need to learn to edit better. Well, if you got to this point in the video, it means the world to me, as it always does. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Farewell.